DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, it is Monday, and it is Jasmine's tag time. Oh my goodness, Mrs. DC has the television on. So loud downstairs. Oh well, I guess we'll be able to get through it. 5 questions as usual, and let's see what they are. I've got them on the screen in back of me. Question 1. The greatest risk you have taken. I guess it depends if we're talking about physical risks or other types. Um, that's not an easy one to answer, actually. I would probably say it was when we decided to move to, move to Europe. Is that a risk? In a way, it is, because it meant moving all our goods over here. At the time, actually, the company was paying for it, so that was pretty good. But then I had, just so many months, and if it had not worked, we were stuck, and I did not have the money to, move things back and everything. And when we decided that, I mean, really to do it in a permanent way, Mrs. DC was pregnant. So, yeah, probably that was the biggest risk at the time. I guess I'll leave it there. Question 2. How politely could you end a conversation with someone who is so annoying? Politely. I suppose that one could feign having a phone call or something like that. But that is not actually polite, because that means that what's on the phone is more important than they are. When it's someone that's so annoying, I have had a few times where actually I have pointed towards someone else far off and say, I'm sorry, I haven't been able to catch up with that person. I really do, and we can get back on this conversation another time. Something like that. It's kind of a cop out, but when it's something like that, you are trying to find every possible reason to get away from the person, I suppose. Question 3. Flattering compliment. What I guess probably is what's the most flattering compliment you've ever received? I think it's when I've explained something after after a conference or something like that, and nope, I was going to say when I explained something and people came to me and said I never heard it that way, but no, I'm gonna come back on that. The most flattering compliment I've ever received is when people came to me. Geez, her television's loud. When people came back to me and said, "You did a good job with your children." Yeah, that is the most flattering compliment I've ever received. Okay, question 4. Most valuable thing you've learned in life. That I've learned. Uh, Money does not make you happy. Doesn't hurt though. No, but there's so many more things that make you happy in life. Let's leave it at that. Question 5. Something funny you remember as a kid. I remember when I was a kid, my mom had some family members. I guess it was probably there was my grandpa was over, and they had, I guess, a cousin of his and his wife, and my mom had them over. I guess probably my grandmother was already deceased. That's probably the reason that they were home, and I I don't know why, but I took the old man's, it was an older man, I took the old man's hat, thinking it was an older hat from ours, and put it on my head and squashed it and squished it and made it look really silly. And there was it a red skeleton or something like that? You'd almost have to be North American to know that, but there was a comedy person called Crazy Guggenheim. You know, I can barely remember those words now, and I had squished it on my head and gone in, I don't know, anyway, and acting really dumb and crazy until my mom looked horrified and said, that is, probably was her uncle or cousin's so-and-so's hat. And I thought like, oh, but of course I was pretty young, so I probably didn't realize, what I was doing. But I knew that everybody laughed at it a lot. But it was, for me, it was something funny. And now when I think about it, it was kind of cute in a way. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Yeah, so those are 5 questions. Okay, so another Jasmine tag. Thank you, Jasmine, and looking forward to the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.